What's up, chumps? So, buddy, you just had the 2 a.m. realization that even your 7-figure salary still can't buy her back. And to not crash, you want a new discipline that's actually pretty fun, and you want to take the first step in actually understanding it. So, welcome. I'm an artist who loves creating. Now, I'm about to teach you what a lot of the beginner hobbyists around you tend to ignore. I'm going to be showing you a progression of your first few weeks, like learning with study regimens that escalate one by one, with the best for last being a culmination of everything you've learned. So stick around. In this video, we're going to cover the fundamental concept of art that all artists of all skill levels use. It is a mantra that will save you tons of hours searching in the wrong direction. And it goes, the specific tools you use do not matter. The practice of drawing is not in the study of using your tool. It is the practice of training your eye. I know what you're saying to me right now, just training your eye? What about digital? And brush pens and the scented marker? No, buddy. Think of it this way. The word draw and its other meaning. When you're drawing a blank, you're trying to retrieve information from your mind that isn't coming to you in the moment. When you're drawing a weapon, you're retrieving or unsheathing it from its holster. Now, in the context of art, when you're drawing, you're retrieving information from your subject or reference and jotting it down on paper with a tool. So it's about training your eye. Whether it's a seasoned master with a brush pen or like a child working with crayon, the action is the same. You're using a tool on a canvas. The actual difference which separates the beginner hobbyists from the professionals are the mental decisions made from years of studying from reference and studying technique. The quality comes from what they've learned, not really a tool or a technology. No fancy gizmo, gadget, holographic, enator thing will save you if you haven't learned to measure proportion. This is the trap that the 99% of people fall into, where they think the fundamental training with basic tools won't get them far. But they'll actually get farther than most. And today, we're gonna be learning all of this with the basic 2D shapes. You don't have to worry about all of line quality, form, perspective at all. Once you've gotten better at training your eye, you'll be 100% ready for the more complicated practice. But right now, take it from me, you should take a breather that we're not there yet if we're just starting out. Also, I got a Capri Sun in the fridge. I'll let you have it only if you behave and subscribe. So, we're gonna be starting with still life. But wait, still life has shading and rendering. No, it doesn't. Rendering? What the hell are you talking about rendering? You just started. It's like CBT right off the rip. Still life, only shapes, no shading. You need to train your eye to start learning measurement, so this and the other practices are to begin learning 2D scale. Get your paper out. Anything, even from your printer. Any pencil too. You would have looked cool and prepared if you already had them, but nah, you're real funny looking instead. Firstly, find your reference. A lot of artists think that references are boring and stiff, and art can't be taught. But shape language can be taught, and scale can be taught, and these things are what separate hobbyists from the professionals who can work in any style. Perfect example, the everlasting crowd favorite, traditional 2D animators. Even though I'm mostly an illustrator, I learned how to simplify my practice and to find my priorities from figures in the animation community. So pick out any still life reference you want. To start, remember to work big on the paper you're using. You won't be able to capture shape nuances if you're working too small. So give yourself some room. So, for the drawing, start big, the big picture. You start big so you can work inward. For all of the exercises in this video, we are not worrying at all about 3D shape. We're only focusing on the height and length of these objects compared to the others in your reference. As I'm plotting out where to place the objects, I'm recorrecting myself if something's off. Then, when I'm done plotting everything, to capture nuances in the object, I break them down to their most essential shapes. You know, if you've struggled with like scaling, that's completely fine. All you have to do is just keep going at it, simplify your life, start big, work inward, and you'll get the hang of it. So don't overcomplicate yourself. And then because this exercise is so straightforward, we're already done. Now the most important part is to move on to the next still life quickly. Still only shapes, no shading. This is to improve as fast as you can and to speedrun your process to start making better decisions faster. And you keep going. So now when you're comfortable, now it's part 2. Same thing, but okay, you got better and you got smarter. Yo, the big leagues are calling. It's for you. So we're applying everything we've learned, and now we're going right back into the trenches. Portraits, no shading, only shapes. So take your reference, and same thing as before. We're starting big, and we're working inward. You're still plotting by height to place big shapes, recorrecting along the way. And now we're getting comfortable with human face structure. Don't overcomplicate it. Stick to simple shapes and lines, and break down faces for what they really are on a page. Do a couple more of these and... Whoa, buddy, is that you? Look at you. Everybody, right? Yeah.
You earned a platinum medal.
Sorry if you're uncomfortable with all the attention in this room being placed on you because of anxiety. I don't care. Figure drawing, no shading, only shapes. Once you are comfortable with portraits, we're finally moving on to figure drawing. Now this might look intimidating if you're starting out, but all you have to do is jump inside. Those were the reassuring, encouraging, and validating words passed on to me by your mother. So we're starting with the largest scale we can. As you're working, you're focusing on the biggest shapes. If like with a leg, we're breaking it down to like just a rectangle, maybe with a larger top side. Is that an arm? Not really, it's just tubes. Usually the hips are at the middle of the body, so it separates the head connected to the torso, and then the legs. The legs are its own half of the body. Still breaking it down with simple shapes, keeping it as simple as I can. And yeah, once we have our finished product, you can keep practicing all of these things as much as you want and continually grow and get better. But this is still us just working with 2D. This is before we start using 3D form to get into imagination and all of that, but do not worry about that right now. You don't have to make forms from imagination right now. You're gonna break your head apart if you're a beginner artist. So, what did we learn? We learned how to train our eye. This is the essential practice to drawing. Without learning how to train your eye, you won't be able to capture the nuances when you start working with form. When you learn how to train your eye for how to break down measurement, you will be able to start with form. Eventually, when you're able to train your eye to capture tiny details, we can start working with you can capture color theory ideas. You can study other artists' art style. You can steal from them if you learn how to train your eye and properly understand what it is that they do that makes their art so great to you. What I want to do is do style breakdowns, eventually teach you how to work with 3D form, eventually teach you color theory, line quality, and all this other stuff. If you subscribe and you're actually here for it, buddy. If you're wondering about this setup, I couldn't record in my room, so I'm sitting on the floor in a corner, and this situation wasn't working out. I was trying to set it up behind me, but it didn't work out, so I'm literally just holding it. You probably knew that, but yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one. Oh yeah. You earned it. You deserve it. Alright, see ya.